Hello everyone, it's so great to see you again. I was on a hike here at Furnace Run and noticed that I was wearing this shirt. It reminded me of a story in the Bible that talks about a furnace. The furnace in the Bible would have looked something like this. Have you ever heard of the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? It's one of my favorites. If you haven't, that's okay. I want to tell you about it. King Nebuchadnezzar had a statue built out of gold for his followers to worship. At a specific time, he expected everyone to bow down and worship this huge statue. But there were 3 men who didn't even pretend to bow down and tie their shoes. They stood tall, refusing to worship anything other than the one true God. Can you guess who those 3 men were? Exactly, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. This angered the king extremely that they wouldn't bow down to his statue. He was insulted that he put so much time and money into this statue, and these men couldn't even bend one knee. He told his servants to heat the furnace 7 times hotter than what would have been normal. Tie up the 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and throw them into the flames. It was so hot that the men who led Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the flames were burned so badly that they were killed. King Nebuchadnezzar sat back to watch in the satisfaction of retaliating against the men who had offended him. But he was very surprised at what he saw. There were 4 men instead of 3, and all 4 of them were walking around freely. Their ties were gone. Quickly, the king ran out and called for them to leave the furnace and come to him. When they got there, everyone noticed that only 3 men came out, and that they weren't burned in any way. There was not one hair on their head that was scorched. They didn't even smell like smoke. God had sent someone to protect these men from the fiery furnace, and that was not something that King Nebuchadnezzar could ignore. He praised God and put into law that no one could do bad things or say mean things about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego without facing harm from him. This story is a great reminder for us that when our friends try to pressure us to do things that we know are wrong, we need to stand strong and do the right thing. It isn't always going to be easy when you're the only person not doing a certain activity. But remember, the reward for doing the right thing will be better than anything that the world can offer us. Also, remember that you're not alone in the tough times. God tells us that we're going to have to walk through fire, but that He's going to provide His protection for us. He's going to put another person in the fire. As you go through this next week, look for places where you can see God. If you feel like you're having trouble finding places, ask your parents for help. See you next time.